The office of the MP has been fighting back tonight, accusing some persons within the party of taking undue advantage of the MP's absence to create disaffection for her.
People are just riding on all of this, thinking it can inure to their benefits.
People like who?
This is politics. People have interest. People feel, okay, she's not there. Let's try and see how we can.
Are you referring to the Michael Quay function?
I haven't mentioned any name.
We'll hear from the constituents who've been speaking about her absence and calls for her to be dismissed.
She should be sacked. Said na do betie padia. So you need tempo.
And now a couple of times we are not seeing her. Then there's a reason why. But definitely we know everything will be over.
So I'm out of Antoine. But looking at how things are going, we are exactly sorry.
This is Top Story with Evans Mensah.
And Top Story is always brought to you by Vodafone. It's also brought to you by Prime Insurance. She has been on extended leave of absence for months as a Minister for Women, Gender and Social Protection and has missed months of parliamentary work as well as MP for Dom Kwabenya. But there is now intense pressure from within her own party for tougher action against her. In the last few days, both the Deputy Trade Minister and MP for New Jabin South, Michael Otrebefi, and the MP for Asin Central, Kennedy Ejipon, have both gone public, accusing the Member of Parliament for Dom Kwabenya of blackmailing her own government.
Clearly, her intentions and the behavior and the push and also sabotage MPP. And this thing is something that I am speaking on authority because one person cannot take the whole party to ransom, and that's what is happening.
Safu is holding the whole MPP party to ransom.
Today, executives of the MPP in her constituency are also singing a similar tune, sounding alarm bells about the damaging impact of Madame Safo's conduct on the party's fortunes there. My colleague Enes Menu is just returning from the constituency and joins me in the studio. Enes, you've been interacting with the constituency executives there. What have they been telling you?
Yes, exactly. I spoke to the constituency secretary and Theophilos Labi, who tells me that it's been difficult reaching out to the Member of Parliament. He personally says it's been a very long time he heard from the MP, and there have been concerns raised by the constituents. This has led to a report being made to the Council of Elders for the constituency, and the matter is being deliberated at that level. The chairman, he made me understand, was tasked to make sure that they get some response from the Member of Parliament, but that has not yielded any results. And so as we speak, they're waiting on the Council of Elders to take a decision on this issue.
As far as I'm concerned, it is difficult getting to her. As far as I am concerned, okay, so I'm speaking for myself, it is difficult for me to reach her as an MP.
How about the executive body, officially?
We have had consent and we've met with the Council of Elders, Patrons and Disciplinary Committee on this same issue, and the key person we have been reaching the MP through is the constituency chairman. We have tasked him severally to get in touch of the MP and get back to us, but getting back to us, he also said he wasn't able to reach the MP.
So do we know where she is at the moment?
I can't tell. I don't know where she is.
When was the last time you engaged her, either in person or via technology, via phone or even text? When was the last time?
It's been a very long time. Actually, there hasn't been response from her when you call, and there hasn't been response when you text. So to me personally, no, I haven't gotten to her for a very long time.
There are claims the factionalism in the constituency is what is playing out even right now, right?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't think it should be a problem when there is primaries and a faction follow one and the other. When that is done, we move together as a party, we all campaign and make sure we win as a party. We are all MPPs.
Which is the point I'm coming to. It appears that you have not been able to unify the party post the primaries.
That is, as far as we are concerned, that is an internal issue that I wouldn't like to talk on it on air. Actually, that is an internal issue, and we are working at it, and we'll make sure we get there.
Is that what you believe is playing out, or these are issues that are quite?
We can't sweep it under the carpet. It is there, and we knowing that it's there, we have to take measures to make sure we mitigate it. But what I'm saying, I'm not going to talk extensively about that because that is purely internal issue.
Some party people, MPs, and even senior members of the party have suggested that she must be sanctioned. Others have even called for an outright dismissal. What do you say to that?
We leave that to the party hierarchy. They are the top. Whatever they say is final. It is not about lobby. I am the constituency secretary. I don't have any right to sack a member of parliament. I mean, they are senior party officials. So we look up to them. If they think that is the way forward, it's up to them. If they think we should leave it as it is, it's up to them.
Do you think this will affect the fortunes of the party in the long run?
Why not? Why not? Because she's the face of the constituency. As far as the party is concerned, she's the face of the constituency. So if it happens like that and people think otherwise, why not? It can affect the fortunes of the party.
Well, Ernest, for the first time, we're also hearing from the office of Adwoa Safo. You've been speaking to a personal assistant of hers.
That is true, Evans. And so we did this interview at the residence of Adwoa Safo in Kwabenya, and we spoke to the personal assistant, Nana Dubing Kwapong, who tells us that the Member of Parliament is in constant touch with the leadership, the national leadership of the NPP and government. They know the reasons why she is outside of the country right now in the United States, he tells me, and that Sarah Adwoa Safo will be back next week. However, he accuses some people within the constituency, even the secretary, of taking advantage of her absence to take advantage to create some disaffection for her because of the factions that are within the party at that level.
She's a third-term member of parliament. There hasn't been any time where she has stayed away for so long. So once this is happening, we should, try and understand that there's something very germane that is keeping her away, and not because she's intentionally doing it or because she has some scores to settle with anybody. Even in her absence, there's still work being done in the constituency. There are several developmental projects ongoing in the constituency, from roads to schools, several development going on. So I will find it very difficult if anybody says that her absence in any way is dragging or is pulling back the development that we should benefit from, in the constituency. I find that very difficult to understand. And also, the secretary, he's not somebody who we would expect, I personally will expect, will say something positive about the Member of Parliament because of the relationship. Yes, he's the secretary of the constituency and also a perpetual opponent of the Member of Parliament. So I don't expect him to say.
A perpetual opponent?
Yes, he's always been an opponent of the Member of Parliament. At no point in time has he supported the Member of Parliament, and it's been like that, and we've worked with it until now. People are just riding on all of this, thinking it can inure to their benefits.
People like who?
This is politics. People have interest. People feel, okay, she's not there. Let's try and see how we can.
Are you referring to the Michael Quay function?
I haven't mentioned any name. Well, as far as in speaking to the e-levy, it's something that Honorable supports, and when she comes to town, she'll definitely be in Parliament to support him passing the e-levy next week. All things being equal.
Sarah Adwoa Safo will be in town.
Yeah.
And she will participate in the
Surely,
votes.
she will.
So these are two sides of the same coin here. We heard from the executives of the party concerned about her continued absence, the gentleman who speaks for her, and you did this interview in Adrasafo's house.
In Adrasafo's house in Kwabenya.
And he says, well, listen, she's going to be here next week.
Yeah.
What about the constituency she represents?
Evans, the views were mixed. The party in the constituency is sharply divided. In fact, at some point when we were doing the interview, we had to stop because it turned chaotic. I mean, people wouldn't allow others express their views. There are those who think that, obviously, this is the Mike Okwe faction creating bad press for her, making sure that there's disaffection for the party in order to take advantage of the situation. There are those who think that Sarah Adrasafo indeed should be given the space to operate, and that she's out of the country just for a while. She will be back. There are those who are quite disappointed when you speak to, for instance, the taxi drivers, the market women. They say her absence is affecting their business because they have some issues that they would want to put before her to address. The absence is affecting their business there. However, they do not think it warrants a sack of the MP by the party.
She should be sacked. Said na do betie padia. So you need so you need temporary. Oma jeje so do brother. Oma jeje so too much. Because ukoi so ukojina. Amadomi Kwabenya. She dia koso. Unko parliament. Aduma e de ma ministerial post e de ma wonye. Enti wo for what? I say sacking no. I don't quite how much.
If they talk of absence, what do they mean by absence? She was just here, I think, in December to commission the National Health Insurance new project here. She was here within that same time to cut sword for a modern courthouse within the process. Just down here. She was also here living with us whilst we're doing the Farmers' Day. She went for holidays and she's here to come. So if they say she's absent in what sense?
Okay, so she went for holidays where?
She's out of the country on personal reasons, which I can't speak to it. Since 2010, she came into the scene. 2016, we've seen how vociferous she is. We've seen how committed she is to Ghana, to the constituency, to the party. So if maybe for one reason or the other now, a couple of times we are not seeing her, then there's a reason why. But definitely we know everything will be over.
So I'm out of Atwa, but unfortunately we are not seeing her. Which, of course, all of us are very worried. So when we talk about constituency, somebody will tell you there's no more for MPP. Why? Because you don't see the presence of Adwa. I mean, your opponent just tell you who is your MP. Let your MP come out. We want to see your MP. The MP is not around. So looking at all this, it is we that brought Adwa to power. And we trusted her because we feel this a woman with substance. But looking at how things are going, we are sorry.
Okay, say raise issues were because issues in the raise the whole nation. Oh, yeah, bisa. Young baby, nobody know where she is. Young tenant can himself because of parliament business. And stress, names, normal intino. Say young tenant crana or ye juma parliament mine intino normal. Until say yem penny for na be so me who say na oni parliament. Oh,
me yan kasa me ne ni adwen. Esan say yempi onyilan ko baby a. Because December ni na mpi ne nam komia. Nam akobo ne ba. Ye bie health insurance ano ye cut so for fire service. Ye ni mpi oya we. Na at times no ye nua bi ho a partner ko ye Adwasafo and Okwe. Dam ko benya. Akwai Adwasafo and Okwe. Si bibia no Adwasafo be fe Okwe kura be ka say e fe da.
But aside Okwe issue, in him say she's not been in the country for some time around. Into no okanesa na
ayadwuma pa. Ayadwuma. Ye maame is no way say bibia ko parliament say pass mra bi a hu Adwasafo ye de ho. Meto say do kan nya no kre. Any party obia ko tim ko gina home. Wona bia woni ni sa me hu no me ne kasa
hu Adwasafo
me last year me hu no December ya me hu no January ya me hu no me January me hu no
say how or whatever
say me to kasa ni party e onyina nko ba bia o Ghana ha nipa deɛ wotu akasɛ bi a ahomegye ɛdɛ ɛwɔ hɔ.
Okay, so a quick translation of the conversation we've had so far. Now, he believes that the absence of the member of parliament is very worrying, not just at the constituency level, but also at the national level. And in fact, the constituents are very much worried. He says if you just speak to a random person, they will tell you that as for the member of parliament, she only appears when there's an election coming up. And so they are very much worried about absence, especially in parliament. But he thinks otherwise. He says he's seen the member of parliament constantly, even this year. They've had several engagements with her, and he believes it's the internal party politics here at Domi Kwabena that's at play.
Sisi a yɛka sɛ media me sure sɛ me maame no ɔwɔ Ghana ha sɛ or me sure.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, me sure sɛ me maame no ɔwɔ Ghana.
Into bet me akyɛn baby.
Oh, sɛ me nua ɔna abɔnten ɔfie tim nti yɛ den a ɔfie ada sport nipa no ɔfie ndi ɔfie tim ti wokɔ ne fie a me sure sɛ wobɛhu yɛ maame no.
Ɛno national. But asɛm wei no ɛnyɛ constituency fi national ɛyɛ MPP for mpanimfoɔ na ama disc saa asɛm wei esi nnɛ asɛm wei ɛnkɔ ɔmo hwehwɛ me no mu nkyerɛ ɔmo aseɛ yɛto prime minister MPP yɛ sɛ yɛn contest ɛmaa not ɛmaa kɔkɔ obi a wɔyɛ leader because gakɔkɔs a ɛsɛe dɔmi kɔ abenya ɛne MPP nti junior okwe contest yɛ no MPP mpanimfoɔ bi ankasa that night unim ka MP boy if you nipa 540 niema obia 3000 masa nipa 1 million ka a car MP ni boy no bo ka yie emu TV ni niema because of that contest but also be boy MP obia amoa no.
And so, Evans, this last sound that we just heard is someone who is in the camp of Sarah Adwoa-Safo in the constituency. He claims the national leadership are to blame because they have failed to, in his words, settle the member of parliament because they looked on for Michael Quaye to contest her, even though there was a policy for females and also leaders in parliament not to be contested. And so, post the primaries, according to him, there was some agreement at the national level for Sarah Adwoa-Safo to be settled for everything she's lost in the course of that campaign, but that has not happened, and he claims that is part of the reasons why the member of parliament is staying away.
Well, there are some developments on this unfolding drama in Parliament that I want to bring to you now. I want to cross over now and bring in my parliamentary correspondent, Parker Wilson, who is following that angle of the story for us tonight. Parker, what are we learning about Adwoa-Safo's absence from Parliament?
Evans, let me say that some members of the majority caucus are upset with the absence of Madam Sarah Adwoa-Safo. And they have raised concerns that perhaps if he had been any other member of the House, perhaps the leadership would have sanctioned that person. And so they are mounting pressure. In fact, the leadership of the House, the majority leadership, are under severe pressure to sanction Madam Adwoa-Safo. Now, the interesting thing is that, Evans, we have cited a letter from Sarah Adwoa-Safo to the Speaker of Parliament asking for an extension of her absence or leave in Parliament. And you know that in Parliament, if you absent yourself continuously for about 15 to 20 days, your seat is declared vacant. And so she has asked for an extension of leave from Parliament. Now, the Speaker has written back to her. In fact, the letter as she wrote, she stated that her absence is due to health grounds, and that the Speaker responded by letting her know that she should provide documents, she should provide evidence to support the claim that she is absent because of health grounds. That hasn't been done. And so the letter or her request, permission to absent herself from Parliament hasn't been approved. And so we are learning that next week, hopefully by Wednesday or Thursday, the dates will elapse for the absence of Madam Adwoa-Safo, and perhaps the Speaker might be forced to declare the seat vacant. If that happens, what it means is that the NPP would have to quickly go in to conduct a by-election, of course, with the Electoral Commission as well. And this will give an opportunity for the NDC to also contest. So that is the information we are getting, that even though she has requested for an extension of her leave from Parliament, Parliament or the Speaker has rejected that and has written to her to return to Ghana and continue with her parliamentary work because she failed to provide evidence to back the claim that her absence is due to health grounds.
I mean, and Parker, what you refer to is it's a constitutional provision, Article 97, and it says a member of Parliament shall vacate his seat in Parliament, C, if he is absent without the permission in writing of the Speaker, and he is unable to offer a reasonable explanation to the Parliamentary Committee on privileges from 15 sittings of a meeting of Parliament during any period that Parliament has been summoned to meet and continues to meet. That is the clause that you're referring to, which may be activated next week, Wednesday or Thursday, based on the length of her absence. And it talks about reasonable explanation to the Parliamentary Committee of Privileges. And Parker, we know that the chairman of that committee is now the acting speaker.
Right, the first deputy speaker, now the acting speaker, because the Speaker of Parliament himself, Arman Babin, has also been away on medical grounds. And so that is where we are getting information that if she doesn't return, because the reason is not, you can't justify her absence. If you claim you are on medical review, you have to support that with the necessary document. Let us know. Let us have a better appreciation of why you've absented yourself from Parliament. You haven't done that. And since you haven't done that, you cannot undermine the authority of the Speaker and by extension, Parliament. And so you have to return to serve your people and your constituents. And if you check the days, Evans, we've done about 12 days. Parliament sits 4 times in a week. Mondays, no sitting, so between Tuesday and Friday. So if you check, it will happen actually on Thursday. That is when the 15 days would be up. And so if she's not in Ghana and in the chamber on the 15th day, the Speaker will be forced to declare her seat vacant.
Parker, thank you very much for that excellent reporting there from Parliament. If you're just joining us right now, the Speaker of Parliament, we're now learning, has rejected the latest letter from Adrasafo asking for an extension of a leave of absence. And the Speaker is asking her to justify that request that she's made. The days have already been counting, and we're just learning that may expire. She may be caught by that constitutional provision next week, and that seat then the Speaker will be forced, according to constitutional provision, to declare her seat vacant. I want to bring in the Deputy General Secretary of the MPP now, Ms. Elbri Boahing, who joins us on the telephone line right now. Mr. Boahing, I'm grateful that you could join us. Elbri Boahing, thank you for your time here on Top Story. So is the party as concerned as the Deputy Trade Minister, Mr. Trebefi, and Kennedy Dupont, and others in the constituency we just had a few minutes back?
You see, if you look at the decision of the Supreme Court, the J.H. Mensah versus the Attorney General, I think that is 1996-97 Supreme Court of Ghana Law Report 320. The Supreme Court of Ghana says that, look, Parliament has its own set rules or set of rules which Parliament operates with. And to that extent, once we are not in Parliament, we would just be offering pieces of advice or suggestions. You have the majority leader, you have the deputy speaker, the chief whip, they are all available. So we need to tread cautiously. More so when we are reliably informed that she wrote to the Speaker and the Speaker requested that she should furnish him with medical reports, further and better particulars of her illness. So we need to tread cautiously. If our friends, some of our friends, Buffy and Canada, Japan, they have voiced out their sentiments. Perfect. That we are guided by rules and regulations. the Constitution of Ghana stipulates time frame within which, if a member of parliament is not available or present, then they can call for by-elections. And it happened during the Nana Amwatin's case in 2006. In 2006. So we need to tread cautiously. You know, she's a human being. She complains that she's not well. She has sent a letter to the speaker. The speaker has requested for further and better particulars. Let us tread cautiously. Wait for the next couple of days. And then we can give an informed views and opinion per the constitutional requirements.
But at least, do you appreciate why some of your own colleagues are agitated, anxious, and frustrated by her alleged actions?
Well, that is an individual affair. That is an individual affair. But I think I've read somewhere that her absence is putting the party into a tight corner so that they cannot vote on the E levy. As to whether there's a substance in that assertion or publication is true or false, I cannot tell. But certainly, or speaking as a lawyer, let us be guided by the rules of the game. Let's wait for the next couple of days, and we can go through the Constitution and see what we can do or what we are supposed to do.
So one of the things that Ochebefi, for example, Deputy Trade Minister, said was that she, quote, was blackmailing the party and the government.
I beg to differ.
You disagree with that? Why do you disagree?
No, he's saying that she's blackmailing the party, maybe his personal conviction, Befi's personal conviction. But I'm speaking as a Deputy General Secretary and also as a lawyer. Speaking as a Deputy General Secretary of the party and also as a lawyer. That is why I started this submission quoting from J.H. Mensah versus the Attorney General.
I mean, so as far as the party is concerned, though, what are you doing about it? So you're leaving this entirely to Parliament?
We will cross the bridge when we come to the end of it.
Because
you see, because if you look through the Constitution, you have a number of days which where a member of parliament is absent, then the seat can be declared vacant, as happened in 2006, the Abuatin case. So we need to be very careful. We should not be busting our emotions and sentiments from personal perspectives. Let's play the rules of the game. Let's be very careful. Let's tread cautiously. She's one of us, and she will continue to be one of us.
Mr. Briba, I'm grateful that you joined us with your thoughts on this. And I see many of you joining me, some of you in the constituency, with your thoughts. I'll share a few of the thoughts even as we approach Ghana Connect.
Do you know that when you dial *700# on Vodafone, you are accessing a world of endless opportunities, from getting a job in another country while right here in Ghana, to playing esports in real time, from attending world-class institutions from your bedroom, to seeing specialist doctors without leaving home, and so much more. So get the best value data offers in Ghana on Vodafone. Get 1.23 GB data, no expiry data for only 5 Ghana cedis, 3.4 GB data for only 10 cedis, and 9 GB data for only 20 Ghana cedis. Dial *700# now.
Vodafone. Because of rumors that insurance companies will only waste your time, I never bothered to make claims until one day I rear-ended a car and the owner wanted it repaired immediately. I called Prime Insurance, my insurers, and they walked me through how to get a quick police report to authenticate the accident, and voila, the victim got the due compensation for the damage I had caused to his car. No stress. Prime earned my trust that day, so I upgraded from third party to comprehensive. My advice? Get insurance today and get it from Prime Insurance.
From January to March 2022, Prime Insurance is rewarding customers with prizes worth over 500,000 Ghana cedis for new sign-ups and renewals in the Prime Jibudia promo. Call 020-859-8216 to find out the Prime office or agent closest to you.